So in my previous video, I explained how leap year actually works, why we add and why we reduce that of the leap year, and why we move it's some days from that of the after 100 years, and why we move each 100 years we move a particular leap year. I explained all these things properly in my previous video. Like I said, in this video, we are going to make use of Python to implement this. To basically do this is basically simple. We can create a variable and call the variable year. I can give it maybe 2024. And how can we do that? Not on a normal shell. We know that leap year happens every 4 years. So we can create a condition. We can say if our year is what, we are going to make use of this of our division, because it's going to tell us, this is like a reminder. It's going to tell us if there's any remainder. One check that if there's no remainder at all. So if the year is divided by 4 and is equals to what, 0. Like if this year is divided by this 4, if there's no remainder, which is equals to, if there's no remainder, that is going to be equals to 0. We're going to say and we're going to make two other conditions to check if this condition is true, this other condition that is going to be inside of this bracket has to be true. So we can say if the year 2, if we divide it by 100, if we divide it by 100, if divided by 100, and there is no, and when the output, the remainder is not equals to 0, so we can say if the remainder is not what equals to 0, I can say, or if we divide the year by, we can divide the year by what, 400, and the remainder is equals to what, 0. So with this, we have built a basic year leap year finder that we can find a particular leap year. So with this, we can actually print our what, we can say. So if this condition is met, so we can say that we can call the year that we want. We can say the year is what is a leap year. We can say else what we can say. Let me just copy this, because there's not going to be more difference. I'm going to paste it. You can say year is not a leap year. So this 2024, let's see whether 2024 is actually a leap year. Okay, as you can see, 2024 is a leap year because it's able to be divided by this 4, and then one of the condition here was true. Because we have to divide, let's divide this. Let's see the condition that made it to be true, because if this guy is true, because you know that if 4 divided by 2024 is definitely going to the remainder is going to be 0. So what about which condition here actually made it to be completely true? So we can say comment this out. So we are going to go for that for both of them. So we can say, we can actually bring these two guys inside here. We're going to separate it with comma. So I'm going to just paste it. So I'm going to put here comma. Let's actually know which condition was actually true in our case. So we can see the condition that actually made it to happen was this year is not divided, if it's divided by 400 is not equals to 0. So this is how you can basically build a basic, or you can say a leap year finder. So if you're still getting confused what we actually did, I explained this properly in my previous video. What we actually did there was just what we explained, we just implemented it to check if the year was actually a leap year. So I can put maybe something like 90, let's see whether this 90 is actually a leap year. Let's actually find out. So we can see that 1900 is not actually a leap year. We can see that because when you divide this 1900, it's actually going to give you false, and then all the parameter inside there is actually that. Sorry, when you divide this by 4, it's going to give you true, but when it's going to, the remainder is going to be 0, but all the parameter inside there is going to be false. This happens because the way the leap year actually works, like every 100 years, particularly one leap year is actually being removed, but being added after 400 years, like how I explained in my previous video. That's why I made like this 100 was actually removed after 100 years. Was actually a leap year was actually added after 400 years. So with this, we have built the leap year calculator that we can actually use to check our leap year. So I think with this, I've come to the end of this video. If you find the video helpful, make sure to subscribe, and also like. I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.